Now, the aspects model basically says that anything that isn't here right now is an aspect. So I would have past aspects and I would have future aspects. My past aspects can be in many different energy states. And so this is now a wonderful way in which we can reorganize how we think about ourselves in the past, in the present, and in the future. Simply by using the 9 simple steps on the modern energy chart, we can go into a direction of what energy states we are in, or what energy states we were in. So, for example, people who have great regrets and feel great shame and guilt and other problems and anger at themselves for what their past aspects did, when we apply this model, we can say, okay, what energy state was that past aspect in? People will go, yeah, very stressed, out of their heads with stress. And then we can say to them, can you imagine that, how could they have done any better? And people say, well, they couldn't have. They couldn't have done any better. They were so stressed because of this, that, and that, and that they just went completely loopy. Right. So, can you hate them for that? Actually, no, that's quite difficult to do when you finally understand why it happened. And this is why modern energy is so important. So important. Understanding ourselves as human beings is probably the most important thing we could ever learn in this lifetime, because it affects what we do, how we act, it affects how we think about the past, how we move into the future, and it also affects the legacy that we leave. This is just an important knowledge to understand this. Once we understand that our own aspects acted the way they did because they were stressed, and there was no one there to help them, there was no one there to say to them, hey, you're stressed, you need to raise energy, mate, to get out of these terrible states, and don't make any decisions until you're at least a +5. Nobody said that to them. If we can understand that it wasn't the aspect's fault given all the circumstances, we can begin to understand that other people's aspects are exactly in the same position. Of course they would do what they were doing because of the stress that they were under. It changes the way we think about ourselves. It ends a lot of the old judgment. It brings a state of being there where a little love can be planted, and with just a little bit of positive energy can grow into a real understanding, a loving understanding of our own past, present, and future.